Louisiana Beer Reviews looks at single chair golden ale. Still using the old camera, so can't flip it and see where I am. Hopefully centered decently enough. I'll say old camera. I bought it a year and a half ago, but I wore it out. Alright, anyway, I was reading about this single chair golden ale from Magic Hat Brewing Company, Burlington, Vermont, and Rochester, New York, mainly Rochester, New York. Like so many craft beer companies, Magic Hat was bought out by a bigger company, in this case North American Breweries, which sort of like evolved from Genesee. And NAB was bought out by Florida Ice and Farm of Costa Rica, so Costa Rican owned brewing company, and they have so many different brands: Pyramid, Magic Hat, Genesee, Dundee. They do a lot of contract brewing. Like they say on the website, the brewery in Vermont, the original one in Burlington, Vermont, mainly is just a developmental brewery. The vast majority, probably all the production is Rochester, but they do developmental things at Burlington. You know, they come up with the new beers, and you can take a tour of it. You can take a tour of both breweries. Anyway, this has been out apparently for a good long while. I've never seen it until 2015. It's named after the Mad River Glen ski area single chairlift. There's only 2 in the country, and they were talking about how in the 1940s they developed this single chairlift, and it was real fast and state of the art at the time. 5% alcohol, 17 international bitterness units. Same ABV as Budweiser, a little hoppier than Budweiser. They use Pilsner malt, Apollo, and Hallertau are the hops, and Hallertau is the dry hop in there. It gets an okay score on Beer Advocate. The bros say it's very good, so a C, and then the bros are saying B+. 21 out of 100 on rate beer, 30 out of 100 for the style, so not too favorable on rate beer. I've never had it. I bought it at Stein's Deli. Now, we've been getting Magic Hat beers for a long time, but maybe a limited number, you know, because they make a wide variety. But I would say for going on 20 years, we have been getting them. Mainly the number 9, but we get a lot of other ones. Okay, looks like Budweiser. Medium, although Budweiser probably have a thicker head. Medium white head and a straw appearance. Very filtered and bubbly. Okay. Golden ale. I remember they used to make Beach Bum Golden Ale, or that was Blonde Ale from Michelob. I thought that had a lot of flavor. I hated to see that go. Golden Ale be like, I guess, Kona. They have a Golden Ale. Here's some old, not old, but here's the Leinenkugel's original. Bought this up there in Wisconsin, I believe, probably Highway 32 along the lake. You don't see the original Leinenkugels too much. This is the one from 1867. They focus so much on their flavored beers that they sort of neglect their mainline beer, and you really don't see the Leinenkugels light. That's even rare. They barely talk about it on their website. They barely talk about this one, but here's a can. I bought a 12-pack of it. I believe it was a 12-pack. For standard American style lager, Leinenkugels can go toe-to-toe with most everybody. It's nice to have. I like the design with the Indian head. Just an attractive design all around. It's a shame they don't promote it much, but there's so many American style lagers out there. They're probably making a lot more money off their shandies, stuff like that. Okay, now I was watching a few video reviews, and they were sort of complaining about this beer. But I find it has a very interesting yeasty aroma. It's bready, it's like full in the nose. It's not overwhelming, but it's there. It's you know, it kind of reminds me of the Genesee Cream Ale in the aroma, which has that cream cheese, cake, icing aspect. I know I'm not, we were talking about that, Maria Devon and I, when we were doing an examination of it. We knew that wasn't correct, but this is what we were thinking of. So this has a very yeasty, and like I say, cream ale, Genesee cream ale aroma. This might be very similar to that. Maybe, I don't know. The flavor is similar, although the Genesee cream ale has even more of that cream cheese thing in the taste. This is more. This is subtler, or more subtle, I should say. Thing. There's breadiness. There's some sourness. There's yeastiness. The hoppiness is low, but it's there. The mouthfeel is medium. It's, by the way, it's about 7:40 a.m. I really do like that breadiness. It's just coming across the whole sip. And the finish is dry, it's drinkable, highly drinkable, and it's refreshing. I think sometimes these old style craft beers, and like they said on the video, they're saying 18 years ago, and I don't know how old the video is on the Magic Hat site. Maybe this is 20 years old. I would think back in 1995, something like this would have been much more appreciated. But now in the craft beer world in which we exist, it has to be so much more extroverted or pronounced, you know, the flavors. It can't be subtle. And I think this would be better if it warmed. I have it pretty cold. I think it should warm and it would really come alive. I paid $1.49 for this, so for a single, that is a good deal. Now, one video reviewer, he was talking about pepper, white pepper. I think that's coming from the yeast, because they certainly don't add any flavoring. I'm going to have to go along with the bros. They're saying B+, very good, and I'm going to say that too. This is a very good beer. Magic Hat gets, there's a lot of controversy with them. Some people say their stuff's not too good. I've had a lot of good stuff from them. Oh yes, I've had some stuff that wasn't so terrific, because they're a craft brewer that isn't really a craft brewer, sort of like Shiner, which is owned by Gambrinus Company, and you know, this is owned by a bigger company, and it's more mainline craft beers, but they're fine. So plus you're not paying a whole lot. Yeah, it's a B+, I think. So if you see it, buy it and try it. You'll probably like it. I mean, you won't be overwhelmed by it. It's not like you're drinking Black Albert from Distruce, you know, 10-point-something% alcohol, but it's different thing here. So, laissez-les bon temps roulé. Good and pleasant, and I have no complaints. And y'all come on down to New Orleans.